We are out here at Montreal iCar for LZ World Tour Round 2, and it's pretty cool stuff out here. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good, you?
Good to see you again. This thing's beautiful as always. I saw his car in Toronto last year, and I still have yet to bring my car out to an event and park up, but eventually we will.
We have to park together.
I know, at some point. We need to make it happen. That'd be sick. It's always good to see friends out here. There's a car that I'm looking at right now that I have been meaning to see for a couple years now, and I'm finally getting a chance to see it in person, and this thing is fucking insane. You guys might know this car, but this is my friend John, and he took a Century 5-liter V12 and twin turbo swapped it, built it, put it in his Subaru with a BMW DCT, and this thing is absolutely insane. I'll put a video on the screen because he does a lot of Instagram, social media, and it just sounds phenomenal. This is like one of the most menacing looking engine bays I've ever seen. And it makes you wonder what the V12 in the Century can do. Oh my God. I love that. What's up? Thanks, man. God, this makes me want to do stupid things to my car. This is so cool. Whenever I'm at one of the world tours, I always like to walk around the show and just kind of check out what they got going on in different countries and stuff, because there's always something different. It's always really cool to see. John's V12 Century definitely took the win for me. But the majority of the cars out here are like all really, really nice. Proper builds, done up really well, good parts. And then we got this thing. This thing is what I kind of originally wanted my Supra's engine bay to look like. Fully shaved, done up with everything. I never ended up doing that. I just wanted to go the OEM Plus route. But seeing one done, it's definitely really cool. And this thing's fucking so cool. Full carbon body kit, everything like that. On the OG Bassett racing wheels too. Can't beat that. I also want to give a shout out to this fan that came by and literally brought me an oil filter for the Century because I could not order them stateside. I've been ordering them from Japan the entire time, and he actually was able to buy one and bring it to me. So huge shout out to you. I can't remember your name, dude. I'm so sorry. Next time I do an oil change, I won't have to import a filter from Japan to be able to do that. But it's the end of the day, day one of the weekend, and it's been a good one. I haven't been filming anything else just because I've had to focus on the event, but it's been a blast. The car looks so sick, all breezied out. Fucking winner over here. Round 2, baby.
That's the
Oh, hell yeah. Huh?
I didn't lose a single panel today.
Dude, props to you.
First time
That's
ever.
like polar opposite boots
I
pack
didn't hit
right
a
there.
single cone. There was only 2 I could have hit.
Not a cone or a car.
Nope.
Fucking crazy. Finishing the day off. Nice ice cold breezy. Well deserved. Till we do it all again tomorrow. I love driving my cars. I drive them as much as I can. The Century, for example, I have owned for about a year and a half, and I've already put 35,000 miles on this car since I've owned it. But the biggest downside with this car is it is a pain in the ass to keep clean. There's a lot of square footage inside this car and it gets dirty very, very quickly. And that is where today's video sponsor comes into play, Fantic Vacuums. Now, I've been using their V8 Mate vacuum for quite some time now and absolutely loved it, but they just recently sent me out their Slim V8 Apex vacuum, which has all of the features the V8 Mate vacuum has, but more. Both the V8 Mate and the V8 Apex vacuums come with 2 modes, on and a high mode as well. But what makes the V8 Apex vacuum different is it comes with twice the accessories as the V8 Mate vacuum, and it also has a blowing function. These vacuums are super small and compact. They even come with their own carrying bag for all of the accessories. Both vacuums take between 2 to 2.5 hours to fully charge, and they give you a rough run time of 40 minutes on the standard power, which is more than enough to vacuum your entire interior multiple times. They're also USB-C charged, so you can use them on the go, you can charge them on the go, you can use your phone charger. Emptying them out is super easy. You simply just click this little bracket on the top, they open up, and you can dump it out. You can clean out your filter, put it back together, and she's ready to rip. I've had one of these in the Century for quite some time now, and it helps tremendously for forgetting if I needed to have the car clean for a show, or if I'm at the house and I just clean the car and I want to do the interior really fast. I honestly haven't picked up a shop vac in a very, very long time because of it. Now, I think that my favorite feature of these vacuums is this bendable, adjustable arm here. It allows you to get into all of the tight spaces without worrying about having to stuff a giant shop vac hose into all these spots. You can extend it super far so that you don't have to shove the vacuum into tight spaces either, which makes the job that much easier. Very nice. Father's Day is right around the corner, and if you guys want to get them something good, you can click the links in the top of my description to save up to 32% off on Amazon Prime for the V8 Apex and the V8 Mate. I want to thank Fantic tremendously for sponsoring today's video. They have been a huge help for me keeping my cars clean, and now they can for you too. Back to the video. Back from Canada, Montreal, you guys were amazing. I had a ton of fun up there. iCar was an amazing track. It was awesome to meet a lot of new people, as well as some friends and some other familiar faces that came out to Toronto last year. But we're back with the Ferrari, and today, in the last video, you guys saw me fix a few things on this car, but there's one more thing that I needed to fix, and I didn't have it in just yet, but it came in while I was in Canada. It is the new hazard button for the interior. In the last video, you guys remembered I mentioned that I elbowed the hazard button and basically broke it. So the hazards were on 24/7. I had to disconnect the button from inside the console, and then that caused a battery draw problem, so I've just had the car hooked up to a tender the entire time. But today we're gonna fix that. So I gotta take the center console out of the car, take it all apart so we can put the new button in there, and hopefully that will fix the battery draw problem, and I'll have a working hazard button once again. All right, center console is removed. Looks like they had some kind of aftermarket thing ran inside of here at one point. I think that actually went to that button in the back that I had no idea what it went to. This thing comes apart like Legos. It's so easy to work on, at least so far. Don't hold those words against me. But got the center console out. Overall in like immaculate condition. The centerpiece here is a little sticky. The finish on some of the buttons is wearing off a little bit. It's a little sticky here, but this guy is busted. I've never seen this before, but it looks like someone's signature is on the bottom of my center console. I don't know what that says or who it's from, but I wonder if that's like from the manufacturer, or that's kind of interesting. I highly doubt it. If anyone recognizes that signature, let me know, but that's kind of cool. Anyway, I have to get this panel of switches off, and there's just 4 Phillips on the back side that do that, so I'm gonna hit those and then we'll take this off. All right, we got the switch panel taken off. Now it's just 3 more Phillips on the back side of this to pop the clip off that holds the hazard button on. All right, Got the hazard button and parking button popped out of the bracket. So now I'm just gonna pop the button out and put the new button in. The part numbers are different. This is a newer version of the same hazard button, basically. They discontinued this exact one, which I guess is good because they fail. So we'll see if the new one works. All right, everything's plugged back in. Let's put it back and see if it works, or if it doesn't blink at me. All right, I plugged it in, and it's not freaking out at me, so that's a good sign. Right. I'll say that is a success. No more blinking hazard button, no more battery draw. That is awesome. But a couple days ago, I got the plates in for this car and I took it out for a drive right before I left for the LZ World Tour in Canada. And I slapped a GoPro in the car really quick because it was a spur of the moment thing and I had just gotten the plates. So I was like, screw it, why not? First drive, let's see how this thing goes. So I'm gonna insert that footage now. You guys get to watch it, and then hopefully we can make things a little bit better. I am so nervous to drive this thing for the first time. You have no idea. Oh my God. This thing takes a minute to warm up, so I'm just letting it do its thing for a little bit before I leave. It still has the yellow wheels on it, and I'm not a huge fan of them for two reasons. Not a huge fan of the look, and also they're too big for this car, and the tire size, the profile of it is very thin, so it might make the ride of the car a little bit bumpy. I'm gonna try and ignore that. I have the OEM wheels on the way. They should be here soon, which I think we're putting on in this video. God, this is so weird. I really hope you guys can pick up the exhaust audio from this GoPro. I didn't run a mic setup to the rear because this is a very spur of the moment thing. I had just got the plates in for this car and I just want to feel what it feels like. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. These wheels are so bad. There's like some sort of directional, like, it almost feels like one of the wheels has a flat spot. The engine is still cold, so I'm not beating on it anytime soon. I'm gonna let it warm up. Oil pressure's good. I'm 10 minutes into my drive and the oil temperature just started to read on the gauge. See if I can get some proper downshifts. Oh, I love that. Hell yeah. That was like a fifth throttle. It almost feels like it has some torque steer going on right now. Just seeing in the side view mirrors, like the intake ducts on either side of this car staring at me, like, that is crazy. She's working beautifully though. No real issues driving wise aside from these fucking wheels. I'm actually glad I'm driving it with the wheels on right now because I'll know and get to show you guys how much better this thing is gonna drive with the OEM wheels and tires, because it sucks right now. Induction noise, God, so cool. Got to take this thing out for a drive before we head off to Canada for the second stop of the World Tour. sink in. Haven't been saying anything. I'm stoked. I'm so pumped. Woo! We did the thing. That was sick. Okay, so that drive went okay. It didn't go great. I couldn't really do a whole lot with the car because the wheels and tires were so out of balance, bouncing all over the place. I'll put a photo on the screen of what actually happened. One of my front tires, I guess the belt inside of the tire separated or was starting to separate. So it just created this bubble on the inner side of the tire, and felt that to and from home, and it was a nightmare. But I just had 2 special packages show up today from Japan, and they're gonna solve our problems. I got a new set of wheels for the car. No, it's not a crazy set of wheels right now. I'm honestly still deciding on what I want to exactly run on that car. But if I want to enjoy the car, I can't enjoy it on those wheels and tires. So I hit up my friend John. You guys have heard me talk about him before. He helps me get everything that I ever need from Japan shipped over here to the US. I've bought multiple sets of wheels through him. I bought a set of Ganadors through him. I bought some other stuff. And he was able to help me track down a set of OEM 5-spoke Ferrari 360 Modena wheels. Now, the reason why I bought them from Japan is because they were significantly cheaper than they were in the US. People were selling these used for $2,000 to $3,000 in the US. I found this full set in really good condition, honestly, with center caps for $600. It came out to just over $1,000 shipped from Japan, which I think is a huge steal for these. They're factory BBS wheels, which is awesome. And not only that, but I have 4 new tires for them as well. So I'm gonna get these all set up, ready to go in the car. And then after work today, we're gonna swap them, and hopefully we can make that driving video a little bit better. Once again, if you guys ever need anything imported from Japan, if you're finding car parts for your car, or you find cool knickknacks on Yahoo Auctions, hit up John. He'll be able to get things shipped to you for a good price in a decent time. And I don't think that I would go through anyone else to get stuff from Japan other than him. He even sends me little Rice Krispie treats. How freaking cool is that? But let's get the car and put these on, and then we can actually go for a proper, hopefully spirited drive, and actually ring this thing out and hear what it sounds like. Well, someone in the past decided to swap the factory studs, the lug studs, which I hate already, but they swapped them for shorter ones to run these horrible wheels on this car. So what I thought I was doing today, I am not. That's fun. So now I've got to order longer studs. So stupid. I should really just order a stud conversion kit so that I can run lug nuts on this car. I was like on a crunch for time. I wanted to get this video out, and then this happens. I can't wait to sell these. Well, boys, it's the next day. These videos take a lot of days for me to make, if you guys can't already tell, but I was actually able to overnight some studs and some lug nuts to convert the 360 from lug studs to actual stud and lug nuts. So not only will it be easier to just put wheels on and take wheels off and stuff, we'll convert it with some fresh stuff. This car has been a roller coaster so far in owning an exotic car, I guess. A lot of research and learning curves and just new European car stuff that I'm not familiar with, but it's cool. I'm excited to do some suspension work on this thing. I have some plans with it, just like all my other cars. But I got this back wheel all done. I'm gonna do the front one now and then tackle the driver's side. And then hopefully we can take this thing for some rips. All right, boys. Stud conversion complete. Look at that. Check out the car on some fresh OEM wheels. Looks so much better. This is the wheel I was talking about. Look at the tread on this. That's insane. But if anyone out there has a 5x108 car that wants some absolute stunting wheels, I will be putting these for sale, so DM me on Instagram. The tires are junk. I'll probably take the tires off, but who knows, maybe I'll even throw in the Ferrari center caps. This looks so much better. And now we get to actually drive the car and see what this feels like with a good set of wheels and tires on it. I keep saying these wheels are crap. They're not crap. They're avant-garde wheels. They're very nice wheels. The tires on them are the problem. The tires are screwed up, super old, dry rotted. The wheels, they're not bad. They're just not my favorite color. Maiden voyage time. I was kind of relying on my audio recorder. I have a Zoom audio recorder, and I was going to put it in the back by the engine to be able to get some good exhaust audio. And my recorder stopped working. So I have a GoPro back there, and I'm really hoping it survives. Oh my God, this thing drives so much better. Jesus Christ. Not only did we put new tires on the car that aren't separating, they're also twice the sidewall. So there's a lot more bump absorption and everything like that. So it's feeling pretty good. So we did a stud conversion on the car. I was able to overnight some studs. They mounted up perfectly. I don't know much about these cars or stud conversions or anything like that. I just bought what I thought would work, and thankfully it did. Happy Mike. It drives so good now. And we got a beautiful Florida sunset to drive home to. To get on it a little bit, but like I still haven't been able to find a good stretch of road to just let it eat. I was hoping by leaving the compound later in the day that the road to my house wouldn't be that busy, but it is. Finally had a little bit of stretch of road to just get it up there a little bit. I'm glad I could find one of these with a decent exhaust on it already. It gives me an outlook as to what this car could be. I kind of want it to be a little louder. It still has a factory manifold, the factory cats. So I could try like a high flow cat, I could try equal length headers. So many opportunities that I could do with this car. Hopefully you guys can see me right now. It's pretty dark out. Either way, this was a successful drive home. The car drove perfect, just as it should. I don't even really feel any weird clunks from the suspension or anything. Everything's nice and smooth. Good car. I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. The Ferrari drives incredibly now. The OEM wheels and tires made such a huge difference. I mean, as they probably should. They are the wheels that came on this car from factory. But now that I've been able to enjoy the car at its fullest, I can fully understand why these cars are coming back and being extremely popular. Not only do they just look amazing, but they sound and drive amazing too. So I can't complain. I am pumped. I love this car and I cannot wait to start diving into some stuff with it very soon. I have a long list of parts and things that I gotta get on order. Gotta start speccing out wheels and all this stuff. So this is gonna be a pretty crazy build, and now you guys can see it at its absolute baseline. Literally, this is what it looked like from factory. So in the future, we'll be able to look back and see this thing and compare it from stock to fully done up. And it's gonna be really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.